Alright, so this is how you can exploit any Roblox game. So pretty much all you gotta do is just get your script executor that you want to use. And so once you got that, all you gotta do is just pick any game you want to exploit, pretty much. So I want to exploit build a brain rot. So let's go build a bridge to my brain rots. Alright, so once you get into the game, all you gotta do is just open your executor. Alright, so once you get your executor, just paste in infinite yield, or just click it if you have delta or whatever. But just run infinite yield. But I'm gonna use my own cheat menu because it has, stuff I want to use that are to me better than infinite yield. But basically, once you get infinite yield running, all you gotta really do is just open RemoteSpy, and you also just gotta open DEX Explorer. So these are the only two that you need to open. So all you gotta do is just RemoteSpy and then DEX. So once you got these two opened, all you really have to do now is just go into your game that you're on and just do anything that you're wanting to exploit, pretty much. Like, oh, I want to try to exploit the money I'm getting from my brain rot. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, looks like I really can't, because it doesn't seem like there's a remote I can change, right? So basically these remotes that we're trying to get triggered, basically, so we can see what's running from the client to the server, basically. So we're trying to see if we can get a remote triggered to then try changing what gets sent to the server, basically. So we're gonna see if we can do something else. Let's see if we can just buy something. So let's do upgrade this. All right, see, look, we got some changes right here. So it says buy upgrade event. Where from here, where it says args, those are the arguments. Those are the stuff that's being sent to the server, basically. So this looks like the information capacity is being sent to the server, and so is this number. But what's the number really? Is it the amount? See, it says +1. So is it the amount, right? So that's what we're trying to look for. We're trying to see what we're able to do with the remote, basically. So we copy the remote. Let's paste it into a notepad so we can edit it easier. So looks like it's the amount we're trying to get, basically. So let's change that to 1,000, just for an example. So let's go back and execute it. It doesn't seem like there's a change. So it looks like it's not doing anything. So it looks like the server is handling, the client from exploding the, the amount that we're trying to get, basically. It looks like it's preventing it. So I guess that's patched, right? Just an example. So maybe that's just patched. Maybe it's just patched, or we just have to trigger it a certain way, right? So I guess not, right? It's not working. So I guess upgrading doesn't work for us. So maybe we can't upgrade. So let's go see if we can do something else. If we can't upgrade and we can't do anything with the remotes that we have, well, the best thing we can do is just go to DEX. So since the remotes that we're trying to manipulate, change, whatever is not working, well, we can just resort to DEX. So what we can do with DEX is we can see that, hey, for an example, I want to teleport to those brain rots. How can we do that? Well, we can make a code for it. And you can also use GPT to help you if you don't know how to code. So what you can do is just go to workspace and then go to, wherever you're trying to find where the location is to those brain rots, basically. We're trying to find those brain rots. So the location of them would be just an example in this model. So everything all the brain rots all inside this model. So this is where all of them are. So what we can do if you want to teleport to one of them is you could probably do this. So what we can do is we can do game.players.local player dot character move to, and then we can move to the location of where the brain rot is. But we got to know the position pretty much if we use the move to. So move to, let's say, I'm not sure if I'm typing it correctly, but I'm gonna just test it. So pretty much we're gonna see where the location is. So the location of this would be, so let's select all, copy, and then let's go to our script that we're trying to make, and then just paste that location in, and then let's see if it teleports us to that brain rot. It looks like it doesn't. So it looks like I'm just not coding it correctly, to be honest. But looks like it's not working the way I'll try making it. So maybe we can get some AI to help us. So what you do is just go to GPT or any AI you want to use, really, as long as it's good at coding. So just go to the AI you're trying to use, and let's just type what we all trying to do. Don't mention exploiting. Don't mention any of that. Don't be so descriptive. So what we have to do is we have to just explain how we're wanting our code to work. So basically we can just be like, make a Roblox Lua script where it's a UI where it has a list of these models from a model named, so the model that we're trying to use is, look, see what I'm saying? The model, this is a model. It'd be easier if it was a fold-on, so it'd be easier to explain, but basically all we have to do is just explain how we're wanting our code to work. So we're just making it to where, like, oh, we want the location to those brain rots. So what we have to do is just be like, make a UI where it has a list of these models from a model named, brain rots, So let's just, oh, my bad. And inside this model called brain rot, it has a collection of models I want to teleport to. Alright, let's do that. And see, by default, GPT usually makes it local, so, I mean, by default it should work. But you see what I mean? So, once we get that ready, all we have to do is just paste in the code. And let's test it out. See? It worked. First try. So all we gotta do is click what we want. See? I didn't even have to code it. So now that we know that we can teleport to these brain rots, we got our own exploit that we made. See? Now we can just do whatever we want with it. And you can also customize it by, like I said, getting GPT to help you out with it. Or you can, code it yourself if you know how. So that's pretty much all you really have to do if you want to, exploit any Roblox game. You pretty much just use DEX to find what you're trying to exploit, pretty much. Like, oh, I want to exploit where, like, it'll teleport me to all this money, It'll teleport me to this cash, whatever. Well, you can do that. You just got to find out where the location is of where the cache is. So looks like the cache is just, scattered around. Maybe, or maybe it's inside this folder. I mean, model, whatever. So it looks like this is where all the money is. So we can do the same thing we did with brain rots. All we have to do, make another UI where it lets us teleport them. But you got to be kind of descriptive if you want to make the UI better. Pretty much, like, this is basic, and there's no close, there's no minimize. It's really super basic. You can't even get rid of it. So it's best to, explain to the AI and be like, add a minimize and exit button, and it'll do it. And it's not hard. It's super fast and easy. So now let's go test it, and there it is. Now we can close it and whatever. But old one's still there. But yeah, that's it. That's all you really have to do. So if you want to make your own cheats and whatever, just pretty much use DEX. If you can't find a remote that you can exploit. So if you can't find a remote that you can just edit or mess with, well then just go to the DEX and see what else you can do. Like, well, all you pretty much do is just find out what you can do with DEX and find out what you can do with remotes. Those are the main ways you can make your own exploits, pretty much. So, and the only way you can reach to the server is if you can edit a remote that lets you reach to the server, pretty much. So if I use that, RemoteSpy again. Alright, so when I use this again, all I have to do is just trigger the remotes that I'm trying to exploit, pretty much, and then see if I can send manipulated or change data, to the server. Like, just for an example, say there's a remote that popped up right here, and it triggered because I bought something, Well, then, what can I manipulate in that remote? What can I send to the server to let the server think that it's okay, So we're gonna say, just for an example, like, it lets us edit the arguments of, the value of the money that we're spending for the, product that we're buying, right? It's an example. So you can pretty much use remotes and you can use DEX. Those are the main sources that you can use to make your own hacks. And then you can also use GPT to help you out if you don't know how to code. So, yeah, that's all you really have to do. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. See ya.